Imagine staring at your recent bank statement. You actually have some extra cash left. It feels almost like an impossible dream. Now you face a truly massive financial crossroads. This single choice dictates your entire future. Will you retire comfortably on a sunny beach? Or will you struggle in a tiny apartment? You could aggressively attack your outstanding loans. Alternatively, you could invest that surplus cash immediately. Let compound interest work its silent magic. This is definitely not a trivial weekend decision. Your long-term wealth depends entirely on this move. Choose wisely, and you might accumulate millions. Choose poorly, and you lose precious time. We are talking about life-altering financial sums here. Most folks just guess their way through this. They rely entirely on pure gut instinct. That is a terrible strategy for building wealth. We need to analyze the actual numbers today. Let's break down this crucial financial dilemma together. We are looking at an epic financial battle. Paying off debt clashes directly with investing. Let me give you a harsh reality check. We are ignoring your tiny credit card mistakes. Forget about that random impulse shopping spree entirely. We are focusing on massive strategic wealth decisions. This specific choice separates the truly wealthy individuals. It distances them from the constant struggling class. The working class spends decades making banks richer. They lose their potential wealth to endless interest. The truth is quite frustrating for most people. There is no single universally perfect mathematical answer. That is exactly why this topic causes headaches. Your specific financial situation is incredibly unique today. However, certain foundational principles will always guide you. These core concepts illuminate the absolute best path. You just need to understand the underlying mechanics. Let us examine the first major financial revelation. This concept might actually change your entire perspective. When you eliminate an outstanding liability, you are effectively locking in a guaranteed rate of return that perfectly matches the interest rate attached to that obligation. Look at this scenario through the lens of a professional analyst. If you are carrying a balance on a premium credit card that penalizes you with a 24% annual interest rate, wiping out that balance instantly yields a risk-free 24% return on your capital. I challenge you to find any Wall Street portfolio manager who can promise you that level of absolute, guaranteed performance in the equities market. It simply does not exist anywhere in traditional finance. This foundational reality forms the bedrock of the entire debt versus investment argument. By destroying high-interest obligations, you are essentially securing a massive untaxed victory for your net worth, without exposing yourself to a single ounce of market volatility. The banks have structured these products to drain your capital systematically, so flipping the script and cutting off their revenue stream is one of the most powerful wealth-building maneuvers you can execute. This is precisely where the financial calculus begins to twist into a much more complicated puzzle. Historically speaking, broader equity markets have delivered an annualized return hovering right around 10% when stretched over multiple decades. However, the critical phrasing there relies heavily on the words historically and multiple decades, because the global markets operate with absolute zero regard for your personal timeline or emotional comfort. In any given calendar cycle, the stock market might reward you with a spectacular 30% surge, or it might violently plunge and wipe out nearly 40% of your portfolio's value, just to test your psychological endurance. So, we arrive at the ultimate analytical question. Does it mathematically justify carrying a liability priced at a 6% interest rate, while hoping to capture that elusive 10% average in the equity markets? On paper, the arithmetic feels incredibly straightforward. Secure the 4% spread and aggressively compound the difference over time. But if human behavior and wealth generation were dictated exclusively by raw mathematics, everyone would drive economical sedans and consume basic rations to maximize their savings rate. Eradicating your financial liabilities delivers a psychological fortress that purely mathematical models fail to measure. Think about that locked-in return we just discussed. A sudden economic collapse cannot magically reinstate the interest charges you already wiped out. A global recession will not diminish the profound relief of having one less mandatory expense hanging over your head every single month. It is incredibly boring, intensely predictable, and absolutely bulletproof. Pouring your capital into equities conversely mirrors a highly volatile romance. The upside potential feels euphoric during bull markets, But those assets can vanish without warning exactly when you need liquidity the most. Massive returns are always accompanied by the terrifying reality of watching your net worth plummet during a sudden market correction. Let us ground these abstract theories with some concrete mathematics, because seeing actual capital in motion reveals the undeniable truth. Picture a standard real estate scenario where you hold a $400,000 mortgage fixed at a 5% interest rate over a 30-year horizon. Your baseline monthly obligation sits right around $2,150, but you have aggressively optimized your budget to generate an extra $1,500 in surplus cash every single month. If you deploy that surplus solely as a tactical strike against the principal balance, you will completely obliterate that mortgage in roughly 12 years, instead of the standard 3 decades. That aggressive maneuver literally buys back 18 years of your financial freedom. Furthermore, you effectively shield yourself from surrendering over $250,000 in scheduled interest payments to the banking institution. That is a monumental victory for any household balance sheet. The narrative becomes intensely fascinating right after that mortgage is conquered. For the remaining 18 years of your original timeline, you now command a massive cash flow weapon. Your previous $2,150 housing payment, plus your continued $1,500 surplus. That creates a staggering $3,650 monthly injection going directly into your investment portfolios. Assuming that historical 10% annualized equity growth, those sustained contributions will snowball into a portfolio worth roughly $2.2 million by the end of the 30-year window. To find your true net outcome, we must subtract the $120,000 in interest you actually paid during those first 12 years of debt elimination. That leaves you sitting on an empire of approximately $2.08 million in pure wealth, by all conventional measures, completely eliminating a massive loan and transitioning into heavy accumulation yields a highly successful and secure financial life cycle. However, you must examine the inverse strategy before permanently locking in your decision. What happens if you tolerate the debt, make the bare minimum housing payments, and immediately deploy that $1,500 surplus into the markets from day one? This is the exact moment compound interest reveals its absolute dominance. Over a continuous 30-year span, that monthly capital deployment explodes into an astonishing $3.4 million portfolio. Yes, carrying that loan full term forces you to surrender roughly $370,000 in banking interest, which certainly feels painful to acknowledge. Yet, when you deduct that hefty interest expense from your gross portfolio, your ultimate net wealth still towers at just over $3 million. We are looking at a wealth gap of nearly $1 million between these two distinct philosophies. That is not just a minor rounding error. That is generational wealth that fundamentally alters the trajectory of your retirement years. Before you hastily throw every available cent into the stock market, we need to acknowledge the massive assumptions built into these theoretical projections. These mathematical models presume that equities will smoothly deliver their historical averages exactly when you need them. They also assume you possess the iron discipline required to hold your positions during terrifying economic crashes without panic selling your entire portfolio. Furthermore, these scenarios operate in a vacuum where major medical emergencies or sudden job losses simply do not exist. Mortgages represent a highly specific anomaly in the credit world because they typically offer incredibly low, subsidized borrowing costs. This creates a rare phenomenon often classified as healthy leverage. Smart capital allocators actively maintain these long-term loans because the cost of capital is virtually negligible compared to asset growth. There is a hidden economic force constantly operating in the background that fundamentally alters this equation. That invisible mechanic is inflation, and it actively destroys the real value of your fixed-rate liabilities over time. Let us say your monthly housing payment feels like a massive burden today. Fast forward 2 decades, and the relentless rise of living costs will make that exact same payment feel like absolute pocket change. You are effectively borrowing highly valuable purchasing power right now, and repaying the institution with heavily diluted, less valuable currency in the future. It is a completely legal strategy for eroding your own debt obligations while your invested assets naturally appreciate alongside inflation. By the way, if you are finding this financial breakdown valuable, Make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We are just scratching the surface of this wealth building strategy. We absolutely must pivot our focus away from favorable borrowing and address the catastrophic danger of toxic consumer credit. The dynamic shifts violently when we introduce revolving credit card balances into the conversation. These financial instruments routinely weaponize annual percentage rates, pushing well beyond 20%, effectively functioning as legalized wealth extraction machines. Let me be perfectly clear. There is absolutely no reliable investment portfolio on earth that can safely outpace the destructive gravity of premium consumer debt. Trying to outinvest those staggering interest rates is a guaranteed path to financial ruin. This exact scenario mandates the aggressive deployment of the debt avalanche strategy. You must ruthlessly target your highest interest obligations first, completely ignoring the psychological satisfaction of clearing smaller balances. Mathematics dictates that eliminating toxic rates is the ultimate priority for your balance sheet. Then we have the incredibly ambiguous territory of educational financing and automotive loans. Academic debts often sit in a confusing middle ground, carrying moderate rates that are occasionally softened by specific tax advantages. However, unlike physical real estate, you cannot liquidate a university degree to escape an overwhelming balance sheet if the economy suddenly shifts. Automotive financing introduces a completely different structural flaw into your net worth. Vehicles are rapidly depreciating consumer goods that lose utility continuously. Plowing extra capital into an asset that aggressively loses value every single day defies basic economic logic. You are essentially paying a premium just to accelerate your own capital destruction. From a strictly analytical perspective, channeling that surplus cash into appreciating equity markets while letting the vehicle depreciate naturally almost always yields a superior long-term financial outcome. Let us look at another massive variable that completely scrambles this financial equation. I am talking about your personal timeline and your current life stage. Suppose you are 28 years old with a reliable income stream and literally decades ahead before you even think about retiring. At that specific stage, taking on increased market risk is highly logical. If the economy takes a sudden nosedive, it certainly stings, but you have ample time to let your portfolio recover and capture those long-term historical gains. However, flip the script to a 58-year-old who is actively mapping out their golden years. A severe market correction hits entirely differently when your runway is short. You simply lack the decades required to bounce back from a catastrophic economic downturn. At that later phase of life, locking in the guaranteed return of debt elimination suddenly becomes vastly more appealing than chasing volatile market peaks. But your tolerance for risk is not dictated solely by your birth year. It is deeply connected to your overall financial architecture and, frankly, your psychological wiring. Some individuals simply rest much easier knowing they owe absolutely nothing to anyone, even if that mathematically means they are sacrificing higher potential returns. Other investors operate with icy precision, perfectly content maintaining low interest liabilities while aggressively maximizing their equity positions. You also have to heavily scrutinize your daily cash flow. Massive debt obligations severely restrict your monthly agility, which becomes a critical vulnerability if you face an unexpected career change or job loss. While holding massive investment accounts looks fantastic on paper, those assets are not nearly as liquid as having actual breathing room in your checking account. You certainly cannot pay your grocery bill using unrealized gains from an index fund. This reality introduces a highly pragmatic compromise that many people completely overlook. Instead of forcing yourself into a strict either-or scenario, you can easily execute a hybrid strategy, directing half of your surplus cash toward liability reduction and the other half into the markets might not be mathematically perfect, but it brilliantly hedges your bets and preserves your peace of mind. But before you even deploy a single dollar into either bucket, we must address a crucial prerequisite. You desperately need an emergency buffer sitting quietly in a standard account. Yes, watching your cash earn a miserable 0.05% yield while inflation marches upward feels incredibly frustrating. However, if a major mechanical failure totals your only vehicle and you lack a safety net, your entire wealth building blueprint collapses instantly. Keeping 4 to 6 months of living expenses highly liquid is the unglamorous foundation that protects your entire empire from sudden disaster. Now, let us dive into an entirely different dimension of this puzzle that most investors completely ignore until tax season. I am talking about the invisible tax mechanics that quietly shift the balance of power. When you aggressively pay down a mortgage, you are likely sacrificing significant tax deductions, meaning the government is no longer subsidizing your housing costs. But remember, spending a dollar just to save 30 cents on taxes is fundamentally flawed logic. On the investment side, deploying capital into taxable brokerage accounts eventually triggers capital gains taxes. Yet, these long-term rates are remarkably favorable compared to your standard income tax bracket, slightly reducing your true net return but keeping the strategy highly viable. This is exactly why utilizing tax-sheltered vehicles like an employer-matched retirement account is absolutely mandatory. If a company offers a 100% match up to a certain limit, that is immediate risk-free capital. Turning down that corporate match is the equivalent of voluntarily rejecting free money. Now, we must examine the dark horse that absolutely wrecks perfect financial spreadsheets: human behavioral psychology. You can construct the most beautiful, mathematically flawless strategy in existence, but if your emotions override your discipline, that math becomes completely worthless. In the real world, you will encounter individuals who possess an aggressive, almost instinctual hatred for owing money. To them, carrying a balance is a heavy psychological anchor, and they will gladly forfeit massive potential market gains just to secure a peaceful night of sleep. Conversely, there is an entirely different class of investors who view leverage with zero emotion. They calculate the spread, secure fixed-rate capital, and deploy their surplus cash into appreciating assets with mechanical precision. Neither psychological profile is inherently defective, provided you understand your own limitations and execute a strategy you can actually sustain during periods of intense economic stress. There is also a macroeconomic wildcard that has the power to entirely reverse this financial debate overnight. When inflation begins to burn hot throughout the economy, carrying fixed-rate liabilities actually transforms into a brilliant defensive maneuver. As the purchasing power of fiat currency steadily collapses, the real-world weight of your fixed monthly payments drops significantly, effectively paying you to maintain that leverage. Your hard assets and diversified portfolios typically surge upward to match those inflationary pressures, creating a massive wealth gap in your favor. However, the exact opposite destruction occurs if the economic pendulum violently swings toward a deflationary environment. In those rare but devastating periods, holding heavy debt becomes a financial death sentence, as dollars become increasingly valuable and your fixed payments suddenly consume a much larger percentage of your shrinking income. Ultimately, we have to confront the brutal reality that pristine theoretical models rarely survive direct contact with the chaos of actual life. You can meticulously optimize your capital allocation for decades, but sudden emergencies will eventually shatter your perfect roadmap. A sudden corporate restructuring might eliminate your primary income, an unexpected medical crisis could drain your reserves, or a massive shift in your personal life could force you to liquidate assets at the absolute worst possible moment. Because these chaotic variables are guaranteed to occur, searching for a single universal mathematical formula to solve the investment versus debt argument is a fool's errand. The optimal trajectory depends entirely upon the toxicity of the interest rates you are currently battling, the stability of your monthly cash flow, and the precise amount of volatility your nervous system can handle before you make irrational decisions. If you are drowning in predatory consumer credit, you must attack those balances with absolute, ruthless aggression. But if you hold cheap, long-term leverage, it often makes incredible sense to let those loans ride while your investment portfolio does the heavy lifting in the background. The single greatest tragedy in personal finance is suffering from analysis paralysis. Do not waste another year trying to construct the flawless execution plan while your capital sits idle. Pick a path, automate your capital deployment, and let the mathematics of time work in your favor. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. See you in the next video, and remember, stay smart with your money. Take care.